Good morning. This is the Battle Blaster coming at you this morning. Can't sleep, so I thought I'd come and just talk to you about something I heard, and I don't know how true it is, but like I said, I constantly keep looking for it for the past 2 days. Well, 3 days, 3 days now. I've heard about it on YouTube. I've actually seen more stuff on YouTube about it, but I can't find an article on it. Um, it's about Japan and its inability to come above the repopulation line. They have all people on this earth, we have a this population type of we take a what they call it is it's like a population survey. Excuse me for yawning. It's a population survey, and they want to see the rate of population per year. And for the past few years, actually for the past, I think, damn near decade, Japan has seen a very big decline as well as everyone else. Um, and I've heard a story on YouTube about this. Like I said, I've been looking for this, some type of articles or write ups on it. Can't find one on the internet. You know what I mean? Can't find one. This is the craziest thing. You look for something, no matter how you may write it as the decline of Japanese population. They're not, it's not coming up. I write in birth rate decline. Um, it doesn't come up. So Japan is supposedly um, suffering from a decline in birth rates. Now, I have heard about it a few years back where they were talking about everybody's having um, birth rate decline across the world. Now Japan has, from what I can understand, like I said, I don't know how true it is. They have set out a decree, or they set out a what is the word I'm trying to find? They have launched a campaign asking for black men to come to Japan and get with their women and help repopulate Japan. Now, the first thing I'm saying, well, why black men? If this is true, why not white American men? Why not? Why not white American men or white men, Europeans, or any other culture of man? And it hit me for a second. And I said, it's the melanin. They want to be dark again. Now, if you go and you look into the mountains in China and certain parts of Japan, they have a group of people there. They are dark skinned Japanese people. And if you go further back they said that they come from Africa. There's a certain race. I don't know if it's the Limby tribe. I could be wrong, but I think it's the Limby tribe, and they are Asian looking black people. And from what I'm understanding, that when the land bridge was around and people was leaving out of Africa to populate the world, they went into the region of what you would call Asia. And remember, Genghis Khan was running around raping and pillaging places and conquering places. And a lot of Genghis Khan's DNA runs deep in these individuals' blood. You understand? Genghis Khan was a conqueror. You know, he would go in and kill the men and rape the women and, and take over areas. He was a Mongolian, you know. So that's where they get the light skin from. They bleached out the black, and many of them became this, what you would call Asian persuasion, what it's just today. That's why if you look at a lot of Asians got noses like black people and thick lips. Some of them do. I say a certain majority of them do because I worked with my boss and he's Korean. That mug had a nigger nose, nigger lips. You know what I mean? His son had nigger nose and nigger lips. You know what I mean? His wife, she had nigger nose. She had nigger lips. She had like a nigger bottom lip, but that's about it. You know. And then she had what I call a low ass. You know what I mean? She had this long waist with this little fat ass, like her ass hung down on the ground and shit. Well, I'm joking, but it's the truth. That's how Koreans are built. They got long waists, little legs, long waists, But that's what they look like. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing, but I'm just saying, they nothing but light skinned niggas, you know what I mean, with straight hair and chinky eyes. But they hate black people. I did the first one that I did about this morning, yesterday morning, on my way to work. I was testing out my new mics, cordless mics, and eh, it was just not doing well at all. If you're sitting still and you're doing something, it works well. If not, if you're driving around or you're moving around, it picks up little small sounds and it distorts your voice. But I did it earlier yesterday morning and it didn't sound so good, so I'm redoing it again now. So um yeah, but I just wanted to say that, let you know, because I've talked about this and I wish it could have went out because I think it was a little bit funnier, but it is what it is. But it was loaded with a lot of information, and I might forget a lot of the information I put out there. So please bear with me. I needed to say that. So since that is said, let's get back to the topic at hand. Um, yeah, Asian people have a lot of our features. And these individuals, like I said, I think they the Limby people, but if you look at those people, they like I said, they very Asian looking. They have the Asian eyes. They're very tall and thin, or they're thin people, short thin people, and they Asian folks kind of, if you look at them, if you put a little light skin to them motherfuckers, they look like them. And I don't understand why these folks hate us so much. You know, they want to be like us. They want to dance. They want to sing. One thing about Asian folks, and it may sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm going to try to put it in a way that anyone can and everyone can understand. Asian folks are like, they're good at copying shit. They're good at, trying to redo shit. You get a motherfucker's a tape recorder, and them bitches will take that shit apart, figure out how it work, make a better tape recorder than the fuck you made. You know what I mean? You make a TV, them bitches will take it apart, re-engineer that bitch, and make it 10 times better with new shit and new technology built into it. They're good at that. You know what I mean? They're good at just redoing shit. You know what I mean? When it comes to learning how to dance, and or they like, if like, all right, so to speak, I'm gonna say this. Uh they're big in certain areas, like the 1950s. They might have a club that everybody dressed like, they walk around looking like America's 1950s, or they'll drive the cars in 1950s, or uh, they're big into hip hop, so they'll walk around in like hip hop style clothing, like the shit we wear in the streets. We don't call it hip hop style, it's just called streetwear shit that we wear. You know what I mean? It's our style of clothing, and they'll walk around with it, and they'll be, walking around spitting our vernacular and all this. Now, the funny part that makes it sound like it's hypocritical, because, like I said, it's been known that their people come from Africa. So basically, they're only adopting the culture from their cousins, which is us, in a way. In a way. Just saying. It doesn't feel good to say it, and it doesn't feel right saying it that way, but at the same time, it don't feel that bad. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but it kind of like, you know, I'm 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 just like being hypocritical, because if their people come from Africa, and they are black people, that they are dark skinned Japanese people. I mean dark, like black people. They got brown skin, dark brown skin. They're not yellow brown. They're dark brown. Some of them are even somewhat light skin, like a, you know, but they're not that whitish, tannish, yellowy color. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but you know what I'm saying. They're not the normal, what we consider today as the Asian look, the Asian skin tone. Because even Asian people nowadays, they bleach their skin to become white looking, more whiter, more whiter. They've been conditioned like everybody else on this planet that white is better. So to get closer to white people, you have to round your eyes. You have to get surgery to get rid of your beautiful chinky eyes. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say chinky eyes. I think as a little boy, I've always thought Asian women were beautiful because their lips and their eyes. You know what I mean? I didn't understand why. And now most people might say, "Oh yeah, this, that, the other. You were skin, what do you call it? I was uh, I was blinded by the skin complexion." No, 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 I wasn't. I thought that they were very beautiful women. I ain't gonna lie, I like the way their hair shine. You know what I mean? But I liked their eyes and their lips, and that's the thing that turned me on more with them, is how pretty their eyes were. You know what I mean? They very, Asian girl eyes. I hate to say that, but they little, cheap girl eyes are sexy. You know. But as I got older, reality hits you, so you kind of like leave uh, people alone because you see what kind of um, you've seen the kind of way that they are being raised, the way that they feel about you. They don't like you. They find you very corny. Not corny, but they find you very, you're nice enough to hang around. I might even have sex with you, but I'm not looking for a relationship with you. We'll use you for sexual gratification and for sexual purposes and shit like that. Um, But as I got older, I started seeing that, and I started seeing that we can't take you home to our family because you'll never be accepted having a black man or even a black American, most definitely, coming into our home and all this stuff. Da 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 da. They really look down on that. Yeah, they'll, like I said, just like any other race of woman, they'll sleep with you or a man. If you want a woman, they'll sleep with you. But a lot of them won't marry you. Seriously. Now you might sit up and say that's bullshit because a lot of those Asians have married black women over in Africa. Let me tell you something, dummy. You big dummy. Uh, Rallo, and you both of you big dummies. You're both big dummies. You know, Fred Sanford type of thing. The reason why Asians are over there in Africa and they're marrying black women, China made a decree back in the I think the 50s or no, I think it was the 70s or the late 60s, and it carried up into the 80s that they had a two-child policy because see, China didn't want to build throughout its land. If you ever watch China, like you go to China, it's a very heavily populated. They live on top of each other. Um, it's terrible. They have all this land, but they don't want to go into certain parts of the land, tear down, at least a bunch of trees and stuff, and then move those people out into the country area or on the countryside. China, if no offense, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm a war hog or nothing, but if you wanted to destroy China, all you needed to do, and this is the God's honest truth, is drop it on one portion of China. You could probably destroy China in one white. Don't get me wrong, they have providence here and there, but it's not like America. America's wide open and spread out. China's more condensed. They're more in a condensed population. They're all together, basically. It's like New York City. More like a lot of their people are in one spot. They live on top of each other. So when they had this two kid policy, they really wanted boys. And when they would find out what little girls were being born, a lot of times they would they would delete the kid. They would make the lady have an abortion. If they had a boy, they would keep the boys. They would get rid of the girls. Keep the boys, get rid of the girls. You could have so many girls, but you couldn't have a lot of girls. Fast forward 50 years, 40 something years. Guess what happens? Now there's all these men and no women to repopulate in China. So what does China do? It sends its men over to Africa back in 2010 and they get married to these black women. Let me tell you something too. This is what pisses me off. And I'm only going to be honest with you. This is what pisses me off. We are so dumb, black people in Africa, all around the world. See, I was wondering, why are they over there marrying all these black women? I remember seeing this back in 2010. I said to myself, I said, why are they doing this for a reason? I don't know what it is, but I said something's not right. This is back in 2010. 2016, it was a write up back in 2015, but they started. I ran into the write up one day in a paper about how China had screwed itself with the two child policy, and then it became a one child policy back in like the late 80s, early 90s. They wanted a strong nation, a strong army, so they wanted more males. This is what killed China's population today. How can you repopulate if you don't have women to repopulate with? There's less women in China to repopulate with. Oh, that's where the light kicked on at. So you not only were you over there for that, later on, even I thought even more deeper. I said, hold on, wait. They there for the resources as well. I knew that's the first thing I thought when I saw that in 2010. I said they over there so they can get their hands on whatever they can get their hands on. First it was to repopulate their own people. They go there, they marry these women. They don't even love these women. A lot of those, some of those men had wives over there already. But a lot of those other men, they didn't have wives. They didn't have a chance to have a wife because they don't have nothing. And a lot of those women over there don't want to marry Asian men. They don't want them. A lot of them want American men. I mean, when I mean American, I mean white. Do you know they bleach their skin? And I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but if they don't come out as like what the actual Asian look like, that brownish yellowy skin or whatever. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful or anything like that, but they don't have that skin complexion. They turn around. If they got that, if they had that skin complexion, they bleach their skin. They want to be close to white as they can possibly be. This is not only in China. This is in Korea. This is in Japan. This is in all Asian countries. Skin bleaching is very, very, very popular there. Not only is it popular in Africa and other like in India and places like that, it's very popular there. And these individuals know that if I can be close to white, I'm fine. But if they, like I said, let me get back on to scrap. Um, if their skin is not that color, like I told you, they'll bleach their skin. But these individuals have went out and destroyed themselves. Now they need to be they're dying off. No one is repopulating anymore. This is a worldwide problem. So what do Japan want to do? I think this is what it is. They don't want American black men. I think what they want is black men from Africa. I think they want black men from uh, European, not European, uh, like Jamaica and the Caribbean islands. I think they want those type of black men. I'm not saying that they don't want American black men, but they frown on us big time. But I think the reason why they would deal with those men, those African men, is like they did with China. China wanted a foothold in Africa. So what they do is they marry into the women in there and they have children. So they anchor themselves in there. So they can get a piece of land, start digging, getting all the gold, sending shit back to China, making China a superpower. And I think that Japan has said, okay, let's do the same thing. Even though We're in a bad situation. We can get our population going again by going over to China, over to Africa. Our women to marry these black men, or you know what I mean, so they can repopulate. Because a lot of their women ain't even choosing their men. They have a lot more women than they do men. So what happens? I forgot what they said that the ratio from men to women in Japan was, but I know it's a lot of women compared to a lot of men. Similar to what the United States is going through almost now. But see, also, America has screwed herself when it came to this gender shit. It put out the gender war to stop black people from procreating with each other and to go out and create with other lighter races or whatever. But it backfired on them because now their women are believing the same garbage that they've been telling our women. You strong and independent. You don't need no man. You can do it all by yourself. And even that has backfired against America. Because things have gotten so hard, women are starting to understand that I don't want to be strong and independent. I need a man. Let me hear them get done with this. But there's a lot more that I need to talk about. But yes, you have to understand that America, in Japan is going through a very, very bad crisis. Not only Japan's going through this crisis, but China's going through it. Pretty soon Korea's going to be going through it too, because they're going through something as well. A lot of this issue is land grab for resources and to repopulate their people. So they're coming to us and asking us for help. Black people, period. I'm not saying all of us, but black people. When I say black people, I'm just saying black people as a unit. Black people, if I was you, I would say no. Stop doing this, because one, they need your melanin. They know why you think they're coming to us for one. One, they need the melanin. Two, they want to come over into Africa and start taking resources out. They use you for population. They use you for your melanin in the population, the process of part of the repopulation of their people, and they want a foothold into the new world that's about to happen. See, America's losing her standard, her standing, her standing in the world. It's falling every day, and these white folks don't want to see that. But guess what? Bye, America. Bye, bitch. Even though I live here in America, this country's going to be a third world country. It's already damn near one now. They make it into one. But my biggest thing to say is this. Japan, y'all need to stay Japanese. Y'all need to get the fucking. Y'all need to get the fucking. Y'all need to spread that fucking Asian pussy open. Let that Asian man get his nut in there. And y'all need to make babies. Seriously. Y'all need to go to and Chinese people. Y'all need to cut that shit out. Y'all need to get with Japanese people. Y'all both the same motherfuckers. I know y'all have a history of not liking each other and going through the bullshit with each other. Y'all need to get together. Y'all need to start fucking, because you got a hell of a lot of men. Instead of you fucking going over to Africa trying to do what you doing over there, which is fucking up shit. Fucking up the region. You need to stay with your fucking people over in Japan. Go over to Japan. And y'all need to make some type of good ass fucking alliance. And y'all need to start fucking. Period. That's it. Shit, leave us out of this shit. But y'all can't, because you know what, y'all becoming colonizers just like the white man. Only thing about black people, I need to tell you this before I get off of here. take a lesson to what the world is doing, especially Asians. They have become colonizers like white people, and the first people they're gonna colonize is the people who can't really defend themselves, don't have a real good standing army, who's all tore apart from each other, and that's Africans, black people. Period. Wake up! There's not enough time on this planet. All right, y'all. I just thought I'd come to you and talk shit for a second. I don't know the total everything that's really going on, but if this is true, it is what it is. But I'm gonna look for more information on this, and um, I'll come back with some more shit. But for right now, just letting you know, uh, black people don't fall for this shit. Let these motherfuckers. They gotta die out. Let them die out. Fuck it. Because if it was us dying out, them bitches wouldn't fucking. Them bitches wouldn't pour fucking water on us if we was on fire. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even piss on us if we were on fire. They let us burn up and just burn out. Sometimes it's good that we do them the same way. All right, y'all. This is the Battle Blast. I'm out. Peace.